Hello, this is wmpyr. For today's lesson, I would like to show you guys a little bit of like an expansion for your knife combat training, for training at home, solo. Alright, so the first thing is, this is a form that I recommend. It's called the 7 angles of attack, and it looks like this. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 7 moves right there. Let me demonstrate again. Diagonal, diagonal, and then horizontal, horizontal in a center line, and then diagonal going upwards, and then you finish with a stab right there. Okay, now to go alongside with that one is this form, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's 4 angles of attack. So once again, it actually covers what the other one doesn't. So it's a horizontal, but on the top line. So 1, and then a vertical coming down on the left side, and then another horizontal, but this time on the low line, not the center, but low line, and then we have a vertical line coming upwards. And you could also go in the reverse direction, which will go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or back again, 2, 3, and 4. So you could go in either direction, this way or this way. Stabbing wise, those are a lot of slashes, but stabbing wise is definitely lacking. So for the stabs, what we can do is you could add this form right here, where you're going from the center. So you're going center low line, like in the bladder, groin area. So that's number 1. Number 2 is a little bit higher, stomach, or a little bit higher than that. And then throat area, face area. So 1, 2, and 3. Same line, but we're working our way a little higher. And then from there, this is on the right side, okay? We're stabbing high on the right side, and then we're stabbing high from the left side, and then we stab from the right side, low, this way, and then we're stabbing low from the left side. So we're following the 4 quadrants right here. So 1, 2, and then 3, and 4 on the bottom right here. So again, one more time, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 over here. So one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alright, so if you combine all of those forms, put them together, mix and match them the way you like, what you're essentially doing is you're practicing a whole bunch of different types of slashes, and you're practicing a whole bunch of different types of stabs, okay? And I figured that's what most people are doing. They're practicing slashes and they're practicing stabs. What I want to do for today's video, this is the real focus from here on, is actually I want to expand that. So we want to go beyond stabs and slashes. Okay, so when we go to the double sticks and we practice something like the heaven 6, and we're doing this, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and we're trying to make it all fluid and everything. This is essentially comprised of slashes. You're slashing here. You are slashing. It's just a repeated barrage of slashes to overwhelm the opponent, essentially. Now, when you get more proficient in the movement, you'll notice that a lot of people start doing it like this, especially in partner practice. They're doing it this way rather than this way. Okay, so you're going to see that they are striking. It's the same movement. It's the same heaven 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You notice that my movements now are strikes. Okay, so when we go to a bladed weapon, what happens is that we could still do the same thing. So instead of doing slashes like this, and we could still do the heaven 6, and these are all slashing movements that I'm doing right here, we can now do the same motion like so. So what is this? This is what I call hacking. Okay? When you strike with a blunted weapon or empty hand, it's a strike. When you go to a bladed weapon, this is now called hacking, or at least I call it hacking. If you do a full hack like this, you chop, and that's like when you take off limbs and stuff like that, okay? But when you're making smaller motions, okay, not a full chop to where you could just chop off a limb, maybe your blade isn't strong enough to do something like that, then you're hacking. You're repeatedly digging it in and you're shoving the blade edge in as a strike. So that's different from a slash, where slash is where I'm just cutting through like this, whereas the hack is I'm really dropping the weight of the blade and my whole body behind it. Okay, so the way that you could practice hacking is, if the Heaven 6 is a little bit too complicated, this is more like a simpler version of the form where you're just going 1, 2, 1, 2, where I'm just turning like so, and I'm slashing. So this is a slash right here, and this is a slash right here. Slash, 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 slash. So we could also change this to where I'm actually striking. So I could strike, and then I park. Strike, strike, and I park. Strike, strike. So it's the same motion, but the delivery is different. So now if I do the same thing with a bladed weapon, that's where I'm going to be hacking. So that's how you can get some practice with hacking. Okay, so the next technique that you can add to your arsenal is what I call a slice. Slice is very similar to a slash, but the difference is a slash is you're cutting with up here. Okay, so on the knife, it's going to be primarily this area. With a slice, it's going to be on the lower part right here, and it goes all the way up. So a slash would be like that. That's a slash. A slice would be, I'm going to put the very bottom of the blade right here, and then work into a cut right there. So it's a much deeper, more quality. For me, it's a revered form of a slash. A slice is very, very important in that sense, that you're getting a very quality deep cut. All right, so how do you practice this? We could go back to the 5 angles of attack, the basic 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, this one right here. Okay, so when you're doing it, just imagine your opponent is much, much closer. So that's how you can get some practice. So when the opponent is much closer, you're going to start right there. You're already making contact from here. And then from there, that's once you make contact, and then when you pull the blade, that's when you begin cutting, really. Whereas the slash is the moment you make contact, that's when you're also cutting. Whereas this is you placing the blade on the opponent, and then you're pulling, and that's where your cutting begins. So that's 1. And then 2, if you actually practice this on some kind of target, you're going to feel the difference, and you could actually put your body really behind it, and it feels quite different. Even though the motion, the same motion, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's the same technique, but the delivery, the way you put your body into it is going to be different. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and take care, folks.